Hey guys, Keith from Helvonic Games. I'm on Icarus, on Olympus, and I'm doing the Icestorm mission. Expedition Disrupt Permastorm, the Icestorm mission. I've retrieved the device components, that's relatively easy. A couple of tips on completing the mission. So first of all, you should know that the hot drinks in this game stack. So you can see at the moment I've got some getting cold. But I've got in my inventory I've got the Larkwell Martinez heated canteen, but I've put coffee in it, and I've got another one of those with just the warm water. As you can see, I just take it out, left click, and I'll drink the coffee. You can see that adds into my buff bar, and I pick up the other one with the warm water in it, drink some of that, and that goes on my buff bar. I've now got 20% heat. Now if you need more, obviously you can put tea, ghost tea, cocoa, etc. in other bottles if you want to get even hotter. But what it allows you to do is wear the armour you want to wear, rather than having to wear Arctic armour. You can wear the armour that you really want to wear instead. So I'm not going to get very cold with that. But what I really wanted to show you was now I've got the device made, and that's the acoustic captivation cannon, which you create from your crafting page on your character sheet once you've picked up the 3 components. But it needs to be placed under above ground, so you can't put it in a cave, and under shelter. So the easiest way to do that without building a base is put it inside a stone. Now if you've got that, you've got a pick with you, you can literally just put your way into a stone. Any stone will do. The small stones still fit it in. It's just a bit easier in the big stones. If you've got that ability that sometimes breaks the stone and fills you, then you might have to try this a couple of times. But you should be able to just pop it into there. So,
all you gotta do now is turn it on when the storm's hot. Let it charge up.
We'll turn it on.
And wait.
Just going to feed my creature. Give it a bit of water. And I've got a 48th level Ubis here set on aggressive and follow, and that's just in case any monsters come, it'll help me in my combat. Well, I could actually go in here myself, I suppose, get out of the exposure. And while it does it, I need to drop some. I've got some noxious crust I need to drop. That no point taking unnecessary damage. I'll pop the stone in there as well. I think that's stone as well, so we'll drop that. There we go. Get the fur, tidy up the inventory while we're waiting for that exposure to disappear. So I've got my sentry there waiting at the doors. You can actually, interestingly, you can actually see out by just going over to the edge of the stone, which is so a little bit of a cheat, so you can see out, see if any enemies come in. But we're at 12%, we've not seen anything yet. And I don't know whether you just sit here and wait, or whether you will get to see some polar bear or something like that, but we're ready for it, should we do. Yeah, so I think next time I'd probably bring maybe a hot chocolate as well. Give me another. I didn't realise actually the hot coffee only gives you 10 to temperature. The warming water only gives you 5, so it is worth making coffee and tea and cocoa, and that would give you 30% heat. But because I wanted to keep wearing my obsidian armour rather than carry around 2 sets of armour, that's why I did that. But it's obviously not cold enough to make a big difference. If I really get too cold, I've got some heat bandages anyway, cool heat bandages. So. Oh, I might see what the resupply does. It says you can get a resupply. I wonder what it provides you with, whether it's just another one of those or see. Oh, it's all three components, look. Interesting. So I could probably make a second one of those then. Make a second one, I can show you how to make it in the crafting menu. This is there, look, acoustic cavitation cannon. Cavitation cannon, so I'll have a second one of those. Not that you need it, but I've got a backup one now for my base. Oh, I thought we were going to get an enemy there, but it's just a deer. Looks like the weather's starting to get a little better anyway now. Yeah, my coldness has gone off. I don't think the Ubis is quite working correctly yet. If I'll show you its skills while we're waiting. One of its skills down the bottom of the left tree here is plus 60 cold resistance and plus 60 heat resistance, which you'd think with that would mean it wouldn't get cold or hot once it had that buff, but it's still getting cold just as often in the Arctic as it did before. So I don't actually think that skill is working. I think I'm going to put a report in about that. The other thing I don't particularly... Oh, here we go, we have a polar bear, right. Excellent. So we'll see if we can get that from range. My electroshock has taken, that's why it's so slow. But I do like collecting polar bear heads, so I always wear my trusty Xenon backpack, which lets you get vestiges with your own knife. You don't need to carry a taxidermy knife because you can carry that. While I'm giving you tips, I'll show you my backpack range. So in one of my pouches, I carry an iron backpack in case I want to go full melee mode, and it also helps with mining if you need that as well. My Biomore backpack, which gives me a little bit of movement speed, but mainly what's not shown there is the increased physical resistance that gives you. It gives you 5 more physical resistance. That's quite useful if you're trying to get your physical resistance to maximum. I carry the Culinex one for when I'm cooking food, to give it the extra buffs. I carry the Cultivar one for the seeds, get seeds if I need them. And as I said, I also carry the Xenon backpack, which gives me the additional rare meat while skinning, but also gives me the creature vestiges. So I carry all them backpacks around in a pouch and just swap and change them as I need them. I do have the 10 heat cold resist. I always have that one running. I always have the extra movement speed for Thames running on my modules. Extra 6 inventory slots is a no-brainer. It's this one I tend to swap out if I need something different. The 10 movement speed, my personal movement speed, I tend to sacrifice that one sometimes with the hypothermia resistance one. But that's a good, general good setup. Where are we at? 58%. Is it still working? Has it stopped? And it's still going, even though there's no storm, it's still going, so that's good, as you can see. Yeah, I've tried it. I've tried that in this rock here. Is it that one? It might be this rock over here, and you can do the same here and create a hole in that rock. And so if you do destroy that big rock by accident, you can use any of these other ones. Any ones that are sufficient size, you can just pop it inside. So quite good. I mean, you could potentially open it out bigger, this one, and put in a bed and a fire if you were cold. I don't have one with me, so I can't do that right now. But yeah, I also keep my any exotic crust or any infected bark that I pick up, I keep that on my tame because it doesn't affect them. As you can see, my tame can also carry a large slot item, so the mammoth tusk's useful. If anyone's interested in my setup on the Ubis, it's the only ones I don't really go for are the additional slots, because you get the negative movement speed and I don't like going slow, so I never go for the additional weight, because you don't need the weight if you've only got 2 slots, so you might as well leave them 2 empty and go for everything else. The one I wish I'd got, which I can't get now because I've only got 2 points left, so I'll do it on my next Ubis, is the perfect pasturage because 4 points in that gets you... Sorry, wrong one. I mean the large stomach. It's the extra space in the stomach that would have been useful. Only because you can't right click and get rid of the buffs on a tame like you can on your own buff bar. If you could get rid of the buffs, that would be fine, but you're kind of stuck with what you've got until it runs out. So, and as you're transitioning from desert to Arctic and forest, it'd be really useful if you could get rid of the buff and add a new one. So, in the absence of being able to cancel the buffs, having an extra space in the stomach means you can have one more buff, which means an extra variety. But it's only a minor thing. I am disappointed that I took that skill. Plus 60 cold resistance. I spent a lot of points, 3 whole points on getting that, and it's still cold. So it's certainly not a tame designed for the Arctic. Either that or that skill's bugged. Where are we at? Looks like we're at 85%, so we're getting close. I'm really starting to get excited about the new map that's coming out and the new biome with the new tier 5 tech tree. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tech trees right now. We're going to have a tier 5. Really keen to see what's going to be on that tier 5. I know oil, I think it looks like oil wells is one of the things I picked up on. So you can mine oil, new form of power generation. And the other one I think I saw was taming mammoths. I think that was another one. And I also think you're going to be able to put a platform down near your base so when you call dropships down, they come down to a platform rather than a random location. So that's going to be nice too. I always get a bit sick of the random location, because if it's near any of your bases, then when it takes off, it does damage to your base or to your tames. Alright, so 2% left. We're nearly done here. I think this will be the end of the mission.
We're getting readings. What is that thing doing?
Well, it was a bit of an anticlimax. We might just take the acoustic cannon, set these up back at the base, just for a bit of aesthetics. But that's the end of the mission, so thanks for watching Helvornak Games. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope there's something useful in it, and I'll speak to you again at the